Thank you everyone for coming on Ayurveda webinar on Karunamayi Holistic channel, and Dr. Shweta Hegde from India, a reputed Ayurveda doctor and a Panchkarma doctor as well. She is going to give us very informative webinar today on Ayurveda. And how Ayurveda might be able to help stress management. And that is a very challenging question for us all today. So I'm looking forward to a lot of wisdom from Dr. Shweta. So thank you, Dr. Shweta, for being here with us. And I will pass you on the mic to now start with the webinar. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Gauri. Can you give me the permission to share screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you now have the permission.
Okay. Hello, namaste everyone. So when I say the word stress itself, it is like one of the companion to us, because every day one or the other stress, definitely it will be there, and we will be like it may be personal stress, or it may be professional stress, or it may be on the way when we are going, that time also we may get stress. So how to manage this stress? So even though we can have a small amount of stress in our day-to-day life, but if it is more and if it is started affecting on our health or on our body, so definitely we have to take it seriously, and we have to manage that. So what Ayurveda says about stress and how to manage it, so that we will understand in today's webinar. So to introduce the topic, so stress has become an inevitable and the most unwanted companion of the civilization. So definitely everybody can agree about this, because even though sometimes we don't want stress in our lives, but it will come automatically. So that's why it is one of the companion, but which is not wanted. So that is the word we can say. So, what is stress? So, stress is defined as anything constituting a threat, real or apparent, which would adversely affect the organism. So, it may be like we can say it may be a threat. It may it may make us to get fear or get scared, or it may be real also, or it may be apparent also, because sometimes even though it is not a stress type of factor, but sometimes we will get it as a stress, we consider it as a stress. So that's why and it is one of the factor which adversely affect the organism. So definitely it won't give any positive result. So definitely it will affect on our health. So, stress can be induced by several factors like environmental changes, extremes of temperature, high altitude, restraints, fear, rage, anxiety, shock, grief, pain, and so on. So, for example, when we say now, when you are traveling, so if there is a lot of traffic, and you want to go somewhere very quickly, or you are already late for that function or for that venue. So, and in between there is a lot of traffic, then definitely the stress will come. How I'll reach, when I'll reach. So that all we can say there are many factors which will say you can say that it is causing the stress. So in stress also there are different terms. So the one is eustress. So eustress means as far as body is able to cope up with it. So this is one of the stress which we can say that we can handle, or we can uh, cope up with. So that is the one of the stress which is called as eustress. So it is act as a normal stimulus required for our physical and social well-being. So definitely everyone will have a stress, even though it is very less or it may be more. But when you are able to handle it, or when you are able to cope up with it, then definitely that is okay, that is good for health. But when it is go beyond that, then definitely it will start affecting on health adversely. So that term is called as de-stress, when the individual is unable to cope with it. So whenever we have more stress, so sometimes we may like we just want to quit that place and we just want to go out, or we may not get proper sleep because of the higher stress, or maybe it will affect on our day to day life, like we may have mood swings, we may have lot of irritation, or lot of anger. So that is the term called as de-stress. So usually, why these terms are important, or why this type of differentiation in the stress is important, because when you have eustress, that is the stress which is body can be able to cope up, so that will helps to improve the performance. Because now, for example, when there is a examination, so definitely we have to have some type sort of stress. So like whether I studied this, or whether I can able to pass this exam, so that type of small amount of stress definitely it is required. If you don't have stress at all, anyways exams, so like, if I pass also no problem, I like that, then there will be no seriousness. So that's why eustress always helps to improve the performance. And de-stress is mainly known for the number of diseases. Like if you have lot of stress, like even though it is not a thing, or it is not a thought which gives stress, but still you are getting stress, then definitely it will induce number of diseases like hypertension, or any heart problem, ulcer, asthma, migraine, irritable bowel syndrome, diabetes, anxiety, depression, etc. So stress is always like it is connected to both body and mind. It is not like only mind will affect, even the body will also affect. So that's why it is very important to manage the stress. So when we say in Ayurveda, so stress is considered as sahasa. Sahasa means which is the physical capacity, we can say. So when it is goes beyond the capacity, then definitely it will start affecting on the health. So due to excessive stress, there is a ojokshaya. So ojas is one of the we can say one of the factor which helps us to sustain, or which helps us to survive. So the in Ayurveda there are seven tissues are mentioned. So that is like we can say plasma, blood, muscle tissues, then fat tissues, bone tissues. So and the last one is the semen, or the sperm. The collection of all these seven tissues, so that is the last factor that is called as ojas. So when ojas is stable in our body, then we will be having a lot of immunity. So when we take lot of stress, the what happens is automatically the ojo kshaya happens. So why? Because the stress is that factor which is having the opposite quality to that of ojas. So that's why for example, when you are preparing the mud paste, and if you take very small amount of water, the paste will not happen properly. There will be hard and it will be dry. So in the same way, when you take lot of stress, so what happens is the ojas, the quality of ojas will start getting decreased. So that's why there is a loss of immunity power, and there will be causing of different diseases like hypertension, diabetes, migraine, or the digestion issues, etc. So as I said, stressors, that is the stress inducing factors. So stress inducing factors mainly we can say physical, psychological and environmental. So when we say physical, so for example, like when you are continuously working in your office and there is no rest at all, there is no break at all, and you have to work for 12 hours, 13 hours, and no holiday. So that is like, even though you are working, but it will give you a sort of stress because you don't have a break in between, you don't have a rest in between. So that's type of stress we can say physical. And psychological is always like continuously thinking about something, or continuously getting anger, or continuously getting anxious. So that is also causes the stress. And the environmental we can say like if you are going on the way and suddenly your car petrol or your bike petrol suddenly gets over, and you'll be like, how I'll go now. So that type of sudden factors which happens, so they are called as the stress inducing factors. So here we can say like every individual, the stress inducing factors will be different, because now for example, if the petrol is over in the bike or the car, one person may take it as a stress, but another person may consider it as casual. Okay, anyways, petrol is over, I can book a cab and I can go. But some people, it may take the like a stress. So that's why stress inducing factors or stressors will be different from person to person. So nowadays this stress is more, because in my practice also I am seeing the lot of patients with this type of stress. So that is called as achievement stress. So due to lack of sleep, irregular meals, or workload, or alcohol, etc. So what happens is the person starts getting stress, but they won't understand that as a stress. So like when you don't have a proper sleep for at least 3 to 4 days, so definitely one that negative thought will start to in your um mind, and you start getting that type of stress. Even the internal pressure to succeed the goals. So this is like now everywhere it is a competition world. So everyone wants to win, or everyone wants to come first. So that internal pressure, either parents may give, or the students itself they will get, or the teachers will pressurize. So that type of internal pressure also causes the stress. So especially younger generation is suffering with this. So you can say like whoever is started work, or whoever is going to college, so nowadays it is very common that they are not having a proper sleep or proper and healthy diet. So they are eating a lot of junk foods and all. So that's why this achievement stress is especially the younger generation are suffering these days. So when we say stress, so even though it looks a very small word, like many says every day I'm having stress, so that this and all. But when you are not able to manage the stress, and it is more beyond that, so definitely it will affect on your body, your mind, your emotions, and your behavior also. So when we say body, so there are different conditions may happen, like headache, or frequent infections, or muscular twitches, fatigue, skin irritations, breathlessness, etc. So many people, when they are having lot of stress, so they may start getting pimples, or skin rashes, or they may start getting headache and all. So this is like when we observe day to day life, so definitely we can understand this. And the next one is mind. So when we say mind, so worry, or impaired judgment, nightmares, indecisions, negativity, or hasty decisions. So that's why we say when you are anger or when you are so happy, so that time also you should not take any decisions, because that time mind will not be able to focus on the right thing. So that's why even when you are having lot of stress, so you may start worrying about something, or you may have negative thoughts, or you may have uh, decisions which are wrong. So that's why that is also one of the negative impact because of the stress. And the next one is emotions. So when we say emotions, so there will be a lot of mood swings, like lot of irritability, or you may feel more fuzzy or depression, or you may have uh, like sudden anger or sudden guilty. So that type of emotional changes will happen. And also when we say behavior, so in behavior also there may be loss of appetite, or loss of sleep, or if you may drink start to drink more of alcohol, you may have restlessness, even you may have smoking more. So usually like in the business or in the company, whenever they are having lot of stress, so they will go out and they'll start smoking. So they think because of smoking I may get stress reduction. So these are the different negative impacts which happens because of the de-stress, or because of the stress which is not, we are not able to handle, or we are not able to cope up with it. So next we will understand how to manage this stress. So when we say managing of any condition, so there are two different criteria. So one is you have to avoid the causative factors. That means whatever things or whatever factors causing you stress or giving you stress, so that factors we have to avoid. So this is one of the very difficult tasks, because if you have stress because of your family, or if you have stress because of your husband or wife, then you cannot avoid them, or we cannot neglect them, or we cannot leave them. So or if you say in office, if you have a lot of stress because of boss or because of some other employees, so we cannot leave that place, because if there is another option, then definitely we can try, but otherwise it is one of the difficult tasks to avoid the causative factors. But the second option, that is get strength to overcome from the stress, so that I think everybody can adopt. Because now for example, if you know that your house is not safe, the thief may come and they may steal all the items, then you can protect your house, like you can use some camera, or you can use some person to guard your house. So like that, even stress also, we can have a lot of strength to overcome from stress. So this is the they are the two different ways to manage the stress. So how to get the strength, or how to avoid the causative factors, so that we will understand in the coming slides. So till now we understood what is stress, and what are the different types of stress, and what happens when we are stressed, maybe it's on our body or mind, etc. So now we will understand how to manage this stress. So first one is avoiding the stress causing factors. So definitely, as I said, stress inducing factors may be different from person to person, because many people, when they don't feel stress, other people may feel it as a stressing factor. So that's why stress inducing factors are everywhere, and every day we have one or the other stress. So it may be a hectic morning, power struggles with children, traffic on the way to work, encounters with road rage or irritating boss, time sensitive deadlines, long hours, bills, challenging interpersonal dynamics, and countless others. So that's why I said it is very difficult task to avoid the stress causing factors. But whenever you are feeling it is stressing you, or if it is very much giving you tension or stress, then you can just try these type of remedies, so that you can feel little relaxed and you can able to handle that stress. So in that, the first one is connect with nature. So definitely when we go and we just see the trees, or when we just see the sun rays, or when we expose to the wind itself, we feel a lot of relaxation. So that's why connect with nature. So in nature also you can consider a gentle walk, or you can sit by a stream, or taking in a gorgeous view, and just go and sit wherever, like if it is possible, if it is near to in your comfort, so definitely you can go and sit for a bit and you can relax yourself. You can just see the nature, you can just see the space, or you can just see the earth, and definitely it will help you to relax yourself, and it will gives you a comfort zone, and it will helps to reduce the stress also. So this is one of the remedy which we can use, or which you can adopt quickly whenever we are feeling stressed. And the next one is how to get the strength to overcome the stress. So that is the slow down. So one of the best ways to slow the pace of our lives is through the devoted and purposeful self-care. So definitely when we start working, or when we are concentrating on other things, or to achieve something, so definitely we forget about self-care. So you may also think like in a day how much time I'm giving for myself. I'm just sitting quietly, and I'm sitting and I'm understanding what is happening in my life, whether I'm doing something correct or whether I'm doing something wrong. So this all comes in the self care. Even like we can say the diet plan, or we can say about our body, how to like is there any problem is happening with my skin, or if there is, if I'm drinking sufficient quantity of water, if I'm eating a healthy diet. So this all comes in the self care. So definitely everyone should have at least 5 to 10 minutes of a time in a day to understand what is happening in their life. It's not like other thoughts, but only about me, or only about us. So that is the self care. So definitely you have to understand, you have to see what is going on in your life. So taking time every single day to be still, quiet, and immersed in self nourishment. So you may have when you keep 10 minutes for yourself, so in that 10 minutes either you can think about yourself, or you can just sit and you can be quiet, and no, don't think anything, just sit and just close your eyes, and so definitely that 10 minutes it will be like yours. There will be no other entry, there will be no other thoughts and all. So that definitely it will give you a lot of refreshment and a lot of positive energy. Or if you are not able to do that, you can read an inspirational or uplifting book. So that also gives you a very relaxed mind. Or you can just lie down on a bed. So whenever you feel you are having lot of stress, you are not able to handle it, or you are feeling there is something is going on in mind, so just go and lie down on a bed without thinking anything, and just take a deep breath, breathe in and breathe out. So definitely it will also helps you to manage the stress. And the next one is take a bath. So usually when we say when we see in movies or in serials, so whenever the person is having a lot of stress or tension, so immediately they will go to the shower and they will start taking a bath. So definitely bath is also helps to get relief from stress. because when we say in Ayurveda also, it is mentioned when you take a bath, so what happens is whatever mind thoughts or whatever physical discomfort is there, so definitely it will go off. So that's why you can take bath whenever you feel more of stress, definitely. So a bath relaxes the nervous system, releases tension, and helps to quiet the mind. So usually when you take a bath, you can, after taking bath, you can realize, yes, your mind is quiet and you start feeling hungry also. So in that also you can add 1 3 cup of ginger powder and 1 3 cup of baking soda to the water for increased relaxation and healing. So this is the one of the home remedy which helps to encourage the circulation, sweating, and detoxification. Also, it is quite soothing and making it very supportive when stress is elevated. So whenever you are having more of stress, so that time you can go for taking bath with the combination of ginger powder and baking soda. You can just add this to your bathing water and you can take a bath. Or you can go for, if you feel like you are having stress on day to day, which is not able to handle, then you can go for taking bath with these powders on everyday basis also. So that will definitely helps you to soothe and to relax your mind. So the next one is practice oil pulling. So many of you know about this, I guess. So oil pulling, that is filling of oil in the mouth and doing the gargling. So swishing and gargling with warm untoasted sesame oil or coconut oil helps to remove the tension from the jaw, improves the sense of taste, and removes natural toxins from the mouth, teeth, and gums. So it may be like local one, that is only in the jaw part or in the mouth area. So definitely it will help. But when you do the gargling, so what happens is the circulation will improve, and also the mind will become more active, so and more energetic. So that's why oil pulling is also one of the daily routine which is mentioned in Ayurveda. So when you go for oil pulling on day to day basis, so definitely one is it will helps to remove the toxins from naturally, and also it improves the sense of taste, and also it will helps to improve the circulation, and it will helps to reduce the stress and relax the mind because of the proper circulation. So that's why oil pulling with sesame oil or coconut oil, definitely it will help. And the next one is application of oil to the body. So that is called as abhyanga or full body oil massage, we can say. So, in the olden days, usually everyone in the family used to go for the oil application. So, it is not like you have to go to other person and you have to take the massage. You can do on your own. That is self massage. Also, you can do on day-to-day basis. So when you take this oil massage, so it will helps to calm down the nervous system. It lubricates and rejuvenates all the tissues and promotes healthy circulation throughout the body. So when I say rejuvenates all the tissues, so in the beginning I said stress is because of the ojokshaya, so that is the loss of less of immunity power. So when you want immunity power, then you have to rejuvenate and you have to nourish all the 7 tissues. So this oil application, definitely it will helps to rejuvenate and nourish the 7 tissues. So because of that, you may have a good immunity power also, and you can able to handle the stress also. So when we say in Ayurveda, so this oil is considered as sneha. So that is one of the Sanskrita term we can say. Sneha means love. So that means you have to if you love your body, then definitely you have to go for the oil massage on day to day basis. So if you want to go for self massage also, if it is a hand, So you can just apply oil, no need to give any pressure or anything. Just apply oil on the whole body and just leave it for 15 to 20 minutes so that the skin will absorb the oil, and that definitely helps to nourish your all the tissues, and it will give a natural glow to the skin also. So then no need to apply moisturizer or any other things. You can have a natural glow also. So, Abhyanga is a profound practice of rejuvenation and loving self care that benefits both physical body and the mental also. In addition, the oil itself forms a protective sheet around the body that can help to buffer the nervous system against the stress. So that's why when you go for oil application on day-to-day basis, so definitely you can see the changes every day. Like it will improve your skin luster, it will improve your body fitness, and it will definitely helps to fight against the stress inducing factors also. So each morning before a shower or bath, massage about 1/4 or half cup of warm organic oil into the skin. So here you can use sesame oil also, or you can use coconut oil also. So try to use the organic oil, which is like wood pressed oil also we can say. So definitely it will make it warm, and just apply it to your body and just leave it for 15 to 20 minutes, and definitely it will help you to get a good physical and mental capacity. Also, before bedtime, if you apply warm oil on your feet, so definitely it will helps to get a sound sleep. So sometimes what happens when you have a lot of stress, so definitely it will affect on your sleep, and you may don't have proper sleep sometimes. So one day it may be sound sleep, one day it may be disturbed sleep. So when you apply warm oil on your feet, so definitely it will helps to get a sound sleep. So the theory behind this is, we say the nerves, two nerves are connected from feet to the eyes. So when you apply oil in the on the feet, so definitely the nerves will absorb that oil, and it will go to the brain. So it will reach them to the brain, so the qualities will reach to the brain, and that will helps to get a sound and relaxed sleep. So the next one is practice nasya. So that is the applying medicated oil to the nasal passage. So you can see in the picture, or you can see in the image. So how the lady is using droplet to put drops in the nostril. So when you so nose is one of the uh, factor which directly helps us to go to the brain. So that is the only pathway where we can reach to the mind. So that's why nasya definitely helps to get rid of stress. So it soothes these delicate tissues and promotes unobstructed breathing and relieves accumulated stress and supports mental clarity. So when we say accumulated stress, that means if you are having stress from a long time, so sometimes, even though directly you're not understanding whether you have stress or not, but indirectly in the subconscious, you may have stress inducing factors. So that type of stress inducing factors will get clear because of the practice of nasya. So only thing is, if you are pregnant or if you are having menstruation or the period, so that time we should not practice nasya. Other all the time, every day you can go for nasya in the morning or in the evening. So each morning apply 3 to 5 drops of coconut or sesame oil into each nostril. So just make the oil warm and use the droplets. So just 3 to 5 drops, that is enough. So 3 drops, either 5 drops, you can just instill in your both nostrils, and just take a slow breathing. And when you take slow breathing, so the oil will come to your throat, and whatever toxins are present in the face area, so everything will come out. So that by that it will helps to clear all the channels, and it will helps to relax the mind also. And the next one is follow daily routine and exercise. So that means when you have a routine, so try to follow that, because that will help you to divert your mind, so that you don't have any you may not get any tension or stress, because when you follow routine, so you become systematic and disciplined. That means you can manage your time, you can balance all the personal life, professional life, etc. So that's why if you have a routine, so try to follow that. And if you're not able to follow that, just understand what is the situation, why you're not able to follow, so that definitely helps you to not get more of stress. And the next one is proper exercise. So exercise helps to release the accumulated tension, and it will helps to move stagnant mental and emotional energy, and it also helps to improve the circulation. Also, it kindles the agni, so that is the digestion fire, we can say, which is very much essential to optimal health, because when we have a food which is good and which is healthy, then only we can feel a lot of relaxation. If you have food which is not having any taste, or which is not a good one, so definitely it will gives you a bad mood. So that's why it is very important to maintain the digestion fire well. So this exercise definitely it will helps to do that, and it helps to improve the digestion and encourages proper elimination, so which helps to counter the effects of excessive stress. So that's why it is very important to follow a daily routine and to do some exercise. So in the exercise, you can go for yoga practice also, or you can go for a walk also, or jog also, or you can do some stretching exercises or meditation also. But to at least give 10 to 15 minutes in a day, and try to practice exercise and try to follow the daily routine. So this is about how to manage the stress. So with that, I'd like to thanks everyone for the patient listening. And now if you have any doubts or any queries, so you can ask me.
Thank you, Dr. Shweta, for a very highly informative webinar today. So anyone who has a question today for Dr. Shweta, they can unmute themselves and they can go ahead and ask their question. And Dr. Shweta will be happy to answer. There's no personal medical advice on the channel for the webinar, but definitely any general questions are welcomed on Ayurveda on the topic. So please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Can I start?
Yes, Melanie, yes, you can.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Shweta. This is very interesting and
Okay.
informative. Some of the things I was familiar with, some I wasn't. And what I was wondering about with nastia, so you said it's removing toxins. Does that mean that we're supposed to spit it out afterwards, or do we swallow it?
No, you have to spit it out.
We do spit it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you have to spit it out. Yeah.
I thought so, because if it's removing toxins and we swallow it, they're going back
Yeah,
into
yeah.
our body. Okay.
Yes.
And what I take a lot of baths. What temperature water do you recommend? Because sometimes I like a warm bath, sometimes I like a cooler bath.
Okay. So usually it depends on the season actually, because if you like, if it is summer, if it is more of sunlight, so definitely you can go for normal temperature water. And if it is winter, then you can go for warm water or hot water.
Okay, and that's what I do instinctively, but I just wondered if one is better for relaxation than the other.
Yeah, it depends on the season. It's not like every time you have to take warm water, but depends on season. You can go for normal temperature water and warm water.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else has a question here? Nobody's hands are raised. Anyone else has a question, they can raise their hands and we can ask them to unmute themselves.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Ma'am, do we get the recording of this presentation? It was very informative.
Yes, it will be on YouTube. It will be posted on YouTube. So definitely it will be given to you. Anything else you have, Aarti, to ask? Or just
No, it was very informative. I just wanted to listen it for my kids and they loved it. Thank you so much.
no problem. Yes, I will definitely send out the YouTube recording. Amrita has raised her hand. So Amrita, you have a question?
Thank you very much. That was really wonderful. It was really to the point. I wanted to ask you, aside from lifestyle and diet, which not always we can do properly, is there any mild herbs that may assist us?
Is there any mind?
Like herbs, any kind of
Herbs.
herbs? Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, actually herbs, if we say like we can say this ashwagandha, so that is Vitania somnifera, so that will definitely help. So the powder of that along with milk, so it will helps to reduce the stress. Or we can say yastimadu powder or even the turmeric, so that which we are using on day-to-day basis. So if you just have a pinch of turmeric in the milk, warm milk, so that also definitely helps to reduce the stress, because it will also helps to nourish the body. Yeah.
I just have a follow-up question from your answer. What if somebody is lactose intolerant? So can we take any milk, like almond milk or cashew milk?
So, see, if you are having lactose intolerance, so what you can do is you can just take ashwagandha or yastimadu powder, and you can just make it paste with honey. Okay, you can just make a paste of powder with honey, and you can have it. So you can make it as a chocolate, and you can have it. Maybe in the further recipe class, maybe we can see the chocolates like prepared with herbal powders, so that you can keep it with you and you can have whenever you feel stressed, or whenever you feel weak, or whenever you feel that you need some energy. So that time you can have that type of just small chocolates. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So next recipe class, we will learn recipe of herbal chocolates. I've never heard that before. So I'm looking forward to the next recipe class. Last time you
Yes,
taught
yes.
us khichdi, which is the traditional food. So this time we will hear traditional chocolates.
Yes.
Uh, Definitely. Mel has a question.
Yes, hi. So I've taken ashwagandha before, but I didn't catch the name of the other herb that you mentioned.
Which one?
The one that wasn't ashwagandha.
Powders.
Turmeric.
No, that was the
Turmeric.
third one. That was the third one.
Uh,
Ashwagandha, then something else, and then turmeric.
Yastimadu. Yastimadu.
Can you spell
Yeah,
that or
I'll just write in the chat box.
in the chat? Thank you. Thanks. Oh,
So licorice
great.
powder actually.
Thank you.
Okay, licorice powder is also very good for kapha, right? Like in the
Yeah,
morning, if you
yes,
have
yes.
it early morning, then it removes the kapha, excess kapha.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, I've heard licorice powder from many Ayurvedic, even practitioners recommend that. Ashti Madhu.
Actually, it helps to soothe the mind also. So you can use it on everyday basis. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Anyone else has a question?
Is Yashti Madhu a honey? A form of honey? Because the last is Madhu. Is it like sweet or?
Yeah, yasti madhu with honey, you can just make a paste and you can use it.
It is, but it is not honey though, right? It is not honey itself. Like it's just you mix it with honey to make a paste, right?
Yes, yeah. You have to mix it with honey. Yeah.
But it is not honey. It's not the same.
No. It is not honey. It's a powder. You have to mix it with honey and that paste you can just have it.
Okay. Aarti has a question. Aarti Kach, do you, okay, she has written her question in the chat box. She says, how much oil do we apply to feet before sleeping?
So like no need to apply more of oil. So you can see, you can use this much of oil. So your hand full of oil. So that much warm oil you can just take and you just rub with your hands and just apply on the feet. So it is always you have to apply, if this is your feet, so you have to apply like this from downwards to upwards. So no need to do a lot of massage. You can just apply on your feet and you can just wait for 15 to 20 minutes. Then you can go to sleep.
Okay, and it should be warm. The oil should be.
Yeah, it should be warm.
Mel has a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to lower my hand. Sorry.
Okay.
No.
Anyone else has any other question? Is there anything in chat that came in? Is licorice called madhu because it's sweet, like honey?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what it's called. Okay. Can you use it as a natural sweetener without instead of jaggery?
Actually, instead of jaggery, there is no any.
No.
Jaggery or honey. Honey is also not sweetener, we can say. I think jaggery, that's the only option.
Yeah, but you cannot eat a lot of jaggery every day, right? Like someday,
Yeah.
once in a week, you can eat jaggery. Unless and until you're like a child, then you can still eat some jaggery. Otherwise, it's very sweet. So it's healthier than refined sugar. It still has minerals.
That's true. Yeah. Only based on that only we can have jaggery. Otherwise, sugar anyways, it's not like we cannot say we cannot recommend sugar for more people. I think jaggery is fine.
To some amount, right? Like we cannot use jaggery every day or a lot of jaggery.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe
only a
one
less amount you can use. Yeah.
Maybe 1 teaspoon of jaggery in a day might be okay.
Yeah, like that we can use.
Anyone else has a question? Nobody else has any question? I'm very excited though for newer chocolate recipes coming up next month.
Sure.
Does it also have cocoa powder or just the herbs?
No cocoa powder. It's only herbal.
Herbal chocolates. Are they sweet?
Yes, they'll be sweet.
They're very sweet. Okay, I'm excited to see how they turn out.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Is it possible to ask one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, yes.
We were just talking about sweetness and sugar, Dr. Shweta, and I know that sugar has an effect on the nervous system, hence on stress, correct? So is stevia okay?
Actually, see, stevia, like, we don't recommend much because even though in the initial stage it won't give any negative effects, but if you go on having the stevia, there is some side effects are going on. So that's why we don't recommend stevia for a long time.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Like everyday coffee or tea,
Yes. Yeah.
if we continue then for a long time, even if it's.
Yeah. It will give some adverse effects.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay. So it's better to use jaggery or just natural stuff rather
Yeah.
than. Okay. Thank you.
But is stevia not natural? Like, is it not meaty tulsi powder? Is it not like a just natural? It's not a natural powder. Stevia is not natural.
So actually, they are saying it's natural, but many of the studies, they have said that it's not that much natural, and they're having side effects. So that's why we don't recommend stevia. So,
Because herbs are also rare. So if it
mm-hmm.
is really the same plant, the meaty tulsi,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
coming. So it's very tricky because jaggery,
yeah,
sugar people will not do much messing around. It will be the jaggery. So if
yes,
you
yes,
put a
yes.
little bit of jaggery every day in tea, that's not gonna increase your blood sugar too much, right?
Yes,
Little.
yes, yes. Yeah.
I don't eat jaggery every day. Maybe like once in 2 weeks or once in a week, I'll make
Okay.
sevai.
Yeah, once or twice is fine, no problem.
No problem, right? Because it's still healthy. It's like
Hmm.
jaggery is also
Yes,
used in some Ayurvedic medicines also, right?
yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
It has all the minerals and everything. So
Could I
um,
ask another question?
yes, go ahead, Melanie.
Actually, two, because you're talking about jaggery again. What is the source? How do they source, or what do they make jaggery from?
So jaggery is made from sugar cane.
Oh, it is sugarcane. Okay. And I was wondering if I use the ashwagandha powder and make a paste with honey, or the yashti madu, would I take that at night or in the morning?
Better to have in the morning. Don't take in the night. Have in the morning itself on empty
Oh.
stomach. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
What about the chocolates? Can we have it anytime? The herbal
Yeah,
chocolates.
chocolates we can have anytime.
Okay. Anyone else has any other question for Dr. Shweta? Seems like nobody else has a question. It was really wonderful webinar. And I think we all gained a lot of information, and I am excited for her next appearance with some really cool herbal chocolate recipes. And it will be very interesting. So, yeah, same here, Melanie. So we look forward to having you back, Dr. Shweta. And thank you, everybody, for coming in. If there's no question, then I think we could finish the session. But I thanks everybody showing up today, and hopefully everyone will show up very soon. If there's any suggestion for Dr. Shweta for next month webinar topic, they're welcome. If you have anything in mind right now that you want to cover in the next webinar topic, let us know, or you could even email if it comes to your mind later on. Or if you have it right now, you can let her know as well. So we could choose a topic accordingly if we want to cover what people are interested in knowing.
Yes. Yeah.
So, anyways, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shweta.
Yeah.
It was
Thank you,
wonderful.
everyone.
Thank you, Gauri.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.